Our new house in Westfield, New Jersey, looked like a dream big yard. Sunlight streaming through the windows, the perfect place for a family to grow. My parents saved for years to buy it, imagining birthdays, holidays, and a safe haven for us kids. The town was quiet, the neighbors friendly, and everything felt right. We spent days planning our rooms, picturing a future full of happy memories. But as we moved in, a sense of unease crept in. Something felt off, like the house was watching us. We never even spent a night there. Boxes filled the rooms, the smell of fresh paint lingered, and my parents stood outside, proud but unaware. We thought we were starting a new chapter, but the house had its own story. Some places hold secrets, and ours was about to surface. Our dream was about to become a nightmare. 657 Boulevard was more than just a house. It was a legend, and we were its newest chapter. We believed we were in control. But someone else was waiting for us, and their welcome was already in the mailbox. 3 days after closing, my dad found a letter in the mailbox, no return address, just the new owner. He expected a neighborly greeting, but the words inside were chilling. The writer called themselves The Watcher, claiming their family had watched the house for generations. They knew our names, our children even called us Young Blood. The letter asked if we'd found what was in the walls yet. Suddenly, our beautiful home felt like a trap. Fear took root every creak. Every shadow outside made us jump. My parents tried to hide their fear, but we saw it in their eyes. The police called it a prank, but it felt personal. The Watcher knew too much our renovations, our family. The letter ended. You don't want to make 657 Boulevard unhappy. The house itself felt like part of the threat. Our dream home was now a place of dread. Weeks passed, then another letter arrived, more personal, more menacing. The Watcher addressed us by name, even using my siblings' nicknames. They described my sister painting on the porch, details only someone watching could know. Privacy vanished. Fear took over. The Watcher asked again about the walls, hinting at hidden secrets. Each letter grew darker, mentioning the young blood and threatening the safety of my siblings. If you were upstairs, you'd never hear them scream. Those words haunted us. The police had no leads, no fingerprints, no DNA, nothing. My parents argued, torn between leaving and holding on to their dream. How could we live in a house where someone wanted to draw us to them? The home we loved became a prison. The Watcher held all the power. We were trapped by an invisible enemy. The police investigation went nowhere. The Watcher was a ghost, leaving no trace. DNA on a letter led to a dead end. Neighbors were questioned, but no one knew anything, or so they claimed. My parents became obsessed, hiring private investigators and FBI profilers. Suspects ranged from neighbors to people who lost the house in a bidding war. Trust evaporated. Everyone was a potential Watcher. Security cameras and alarms didn't help. The real threat was psychological. Nightmares haunted us. Fear filled every room, even in our rental. 657 Boulevard sat empty, a monument to our terror. My dad drove by at night, hoping to catch the Watcher, but saw nothing. The Watcher believed they were saving the house from us. In a way, they won. Our dream was poisoned beyond repair. After 6 months, my parents made the hardest decision. We had to sell the house. Relief mixed with sadness, our dream was stolen by a faceless threat. Selling was a nightmare. Who wants a house with a stalker? The story went public, and strangers judged us. The house sat empty for years, a constant reminder of what we'd lost. We lost money, security, and faith in the safety of small towns. The Watcher took more than a house, they took our peace of mind. We moved to a new town, but the fear followed. The trauma lingered, the what-ifs haunted us. Monsters aren't always far away, they can be next door. The Watcher taught us that a perfect life can shatter in an instant. We finally sold the house at a huge loss, but the scars remained. The night we left for good, my dad and I saw a figure on the porch, a silhouette perfectly still, just watching. Maybe it was a trick of the light, but it felt real. My dad pulled me to the car, and we drove away, never looking back. Was it the Watcher? We'll never know. Years passed, but the story stayed with us. The case was never solved. The Watcher was never caught. Later, we learned the new owners received a letter too. The terror continued. It was never about us, it was about the house. 657 Boulevard had its own guardian, its own curse. This isn't a movie, it happened to us. True horror isn't ghosts or demons, it's the evil that hides in plain sight. The Watcher got exactly what they wanted, and the house waits for its next family,